How to Win the Lottery, new era, new recording device. If we sound different, that's why. Hopefully it sounds better. I genuinely don't know. We're going to find out. I'm Joey Lewandowski.
I'll never listen to this, so I don't know.
Well, you listen to one episode a month. When was the last time you listened to it? A month ago,
A long
right?
time ago, yeah.
You'd be like, I just listened to our Pizza Girl episode. I'm like, we did that in 2014.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are here. This is exciting. This is a new endeavor.
I asked explicitly to have the air horn things removed because it's cliche, and I don't want that.
And you know what you got in response?
I already hate this.
You were so excited about this, and now we're in the soundboard era.
Because you're in control. You're in control of the whole thing.
I know. I could pass it over to you.
No, it's not. I'm going to bring my own soundboard. We're going to have competing soundboards.
Ooh, that'd be good.
Yeah.
So we have finally completed, as of this recording, we have not completed, but as of this release, we have finally completed the internet module, which was almost as long. No, it was really long. It was definitely our longest season so far. Great season. We had more books in school.
Yeah, 15.
I guess with interviews, we had more episodes.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
But we are here to announce season 4, the theme, which we have teased, but I don't think we've even explicitly said what it is, right? Have we?
Well, I actually don't know where we're going with this, whether we're going to talk about the SSSS.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're not jumping. We're not.
No.
Okay.
Because season 1 was pain and loss. Season 2 was campus. Season 3 was internet. Season 4 is sort of like a interlude. Maybe
season.
Shorter, maybe not.
Yeah. There's a real lottery aspect to this.
Fitting. We are taking to task Sufjan Stevens.
Yeah, that guy is a bum.
Mm-hmm.
He's lazy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not very good looking.
And he's a bad musician.
And he's a lousy musician. And his attempt at folksy Americana has frankly fallen short.
So he had this idea maybe 10 years ago or so, maybe more. He said, I'm going to do an album for every state. And he did Illinois, great album. He did
great album. Yeah.
Michigan, I think. And then he stopped.
No, he did Wisconsin. And then he stopped like a coward. Like a coward. Some might say like as though he had dedicated himself to doing a John from Cincinnati podcast that would
I forgot about that.
That would completely go minute by minute through the entire show. That would take up to 60 years to complete.
How many of those did we? Like about 10 we did?
Yeah, something like that.
Those are on the patreon.com/lottery
the J
pod.
from C Minute.
They were good.
I mean,
the episodes are good. The minutes were not good.
I laughed so hard when the guy just says, I have brain cancer. And then, yeah, I still.
Those episodes are still up. If you go to patreon.com/lottery pod, I think it's $5. No, there's like 11 tiers that you did. Pictures and descriptions. If you want help with your homework, if you want Bob to punch your father or something, it's all there.
Yeah,
Shreds,
dental surgery.
Yeah. So we are going to do the state-by-state module thing, but by books.
Yeah. Books that are... It's actually hard. It took me a very, very long time to do this.
Well, you made 54...
I made 54 separate modules. One for each state, including Puerto Rico and DC.
Yep.
And then 2 Joker cards that are wild.
Because we had 52 states or territories or whatever you want to call them. And we're like, oh, that's a deck of cards. And, lottery pod, gambling. But the deck of cards that we have that we're going to shuffle and draw from, and then once we select a card, tear it up to never be used again, came with 2 jokers. And so you created 2. So each of the states has like books that are set in there or based around there. So like what are the criteria for each of these modules?
It's basically essentially that these books take place inside that state.
Okay.
Or that the state is a major plot point within that book. Now, I'd say a vast majority of these books I have not read.
Okay.
So,
there's hundreds of books in this.
There is a real possibility that we get to a state and there is something that I researched and it said that it was taking place in Indiana or something like that. And then we read it and it's like, Indiana is in the book for like 4 seconds, and then we move on.
That's just a great experiment, man.
Yeah, but so I think like, you know, there is this idea in my head. I also tried to mix it up between you know, canon books, classic books, books that are older, with newer books, indie press books, books that are have a much less broad audience.
Cool. Okay.
And I tried to also mix up lengths. So there are some of these books are, you know, 2,000 pages long. Some of them are, you know, 70 pages long.
Oh my God.
So there's one book in here that's one of the longest books ever written.
This is news to me. I did not know this. So this is going to come out after, you know, the next 6 weeks, you know, well, okay. So almost all these modules are 3 books. Is that correct?
Yeah. With the exception of 3 different states.
Do we want to share those?
No,
states
there are four states have longer modules.
Wait, can I guess them? I mean,
yeah, go ahead. Guess.
New York and California.
Those are the big ones.
Chicago. I mean, Illinois. And
so sorry, four. Yeah, there are 5 that are longer than 3.
Texas,
but Texas, I added a book for Texas that's a really, really, really short one because I thought it looked interesting.
Okay, so there's 4 for Texas.
4 for Texas.
And is there another state that I'm missing or no?
Yeah,
there's one more. So New York, California, Illinois, Texas, and is it obvious?
The most obvious one that I could possibly.
Oh, New Jersey.
Yeah, New Jersey, the homeland, baby.
Cool. So 47. Wait, what about the Jokers? Are they 3?
3 each.
Okay. So 49 of the 54 are 3. And based on the way that I've mapped out the 2023 year for this podcast, I really, really hope, I mean, we can mix things up. These are 3 book modules, but there's a chance. There's basically a 1 in 11 chance.
Yeah, the Texas, California, New Jersey, and New York are all 10 book modules.
Which is very exciting.
Yeah.
Because this is clearly the most up to chance thing we've ever done.
Yeah. Also, I put so much work into this, and then it's just like it feels like it's being taken entirely out of my hands, and we might end up with a state that's frankly sucks. There are a couple of states that I had a real hard time filling out,
but I love that. Like that's what's exciting. That is what is exciting about this.
The other thing is that they're all fiction. There were a couple of them that, like, of course, Wisconsin Death Trip, for example, is a nonfiction book that would have easily slotted into Wisconsin, and that was in there for a while. And then I thought, you know, I'm an aesthetic purist. I don't want to dilute the waters with one nonfiction book out of the whole thing.
Do you think it would be easier or harder to do a podcast about a nonfiction book?
I don't know. I have no idea, because I think that when I read nonfiction, I get caught up less in the aesthetics and more in whether or not something is true. Okay. And so, like, one reason why I like reading fiction is that I don't have to worry about truth.
Sure.
I just worry about the you know, there's no like, I mean, there's like an ethical responsibility in the John Gardner sense of things, where you have like an ethical responsibility to the characters and on being true to the characters' actions and things like that. But you don't have an ethical responsibility to tell the real story of a human being that, like, people's opinions about them are going to be influenced by this. Now, what I will say is that there are also some books in here that are fictional books that very much have real people as characters in them. So
interesting. Okay.
That's another curveball that we have to deal with.
Like, you talking about like like for instance, like a Joyce Carol Oates Blonde, where Marilyn Monroe is real, but it's like that kind of thing, or something different?
Yeah, that kind of thing.
But it's that's a fictional book, but real person.
Yeah, that is not the book though.
Okay, so now the 2 Jokers.
Yeah.
Each module has a theme, or are they just wild? They're real wild.
No, they have
cards?
a theme.
Okay, that I don't know and I don't want to know.
That you don't know and you don't want to know.
The only question I will ask is the theme geographically based or no?
No.
Okay. So are you ready to draw this card?
Yeah.
I know what every card represents. I don't know any of the books in the modules. Shreds knows. We both have separate information.
Yeah.
Imperfect information. Shreds. Wait, do I have a drum roll?
I don't know, man.
I really wish I had a drum roll. All right, we can just do this. Draw that card.
It is a 7 of diamonds.
Ooh. I think this could be a good one. You want to guess?
No.
It's a book of 3, a module of 3, which is good.
Yeah.
Way down south. Grab your gumbo.
Oh.
Going to Louisiana.
Yeah, no, that is an interesting one. All right.
So this is a module of 3.
Module of 3.
Okay. Wait, have you told Egg about this whole thing?
She knows about it, yeah.
Does she like the idea?
Yeah, I assume so.
It's the best idea.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Louisiana, the 7 of Diamonds. Hit us with those books.
We have The Moviegoer by Walker Percy.
Love the title. Don't know it. How long? Do you have the page numbers or
Nope.
no? Okay.
Don't have the page numbers. We have...
Well, you know which one is the crazy long one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I know which ones are crazy long.
Okay.
We have All the King's Men by Robert Penn Warren. Are you familiar with that one?
Did that become a movie?
Starring Sean Penn.
I have not seen it, but I know of it.
It's about a populist Louisiana politician that ends up being corrupt.
Okay. As one does.
Is sort of not a true story, but an American historical fiction.
Okay.
And then we have, of course, the classic Louisiana novel, A Confederacy of Dunces by John Kennedy Toole.
Oh, I think I maybe owned that at one point. I don't know if I still do, but...
The cursed one that could have made it into our next module, which is the adaptable, unadaptable, because every time that they've tried
that's a secret. That's not the sound I wanted, but that also worked. I want to do this.
Every time that they've ever tried to adapt A Confederacy of Dunces, it has... they tried to do it with John Belushi. They tried to do it with John Candy.
All these people keep dying?
They tried to do it with Chris Farley. They tried to do it with Will Ferrell.
Didn't die.
Didn't die. That was a David Gordon Green one.
Wow.
They've tried over and over again to make it, and it just doesn't work. So I've read that one. I haven't read All the King's Men, and I haven't read The Moviegoer. All of which are pretty highly regarded books.
Cool.
in different ways. Confederacy of Dunces is like sort of broad slapstick comedy. All the King's Men is a sort of political allegory for America. And The Moviegoer, I'm not 100% sure, but Walker Percy is a well-loved writer.
Cool. So state module number 1, Louisiana, just based on the state alone. Yes, please rip it up into the microphone. Ooh, that was really nice. Those cards tear beautifully. They are, what's the call? It's called groovy playing cards. They have flowers and smiles all over them. Pretty sure my sister went through a hippie phase when she was younger, and so I think my parents probably bought her this deck of cards. I don't want a deck of cards.
Everyone's sister went through a hippie phase when they were younger.
So,
bell bottoms.
Louisiana. Anything else to say about Louisiana before we come back into maybe a week from now? I don't know. We'll figure it out for the moviegoer. I don't have anything. I think it'll be next week. I think this will be like an interstitial. I think All the King's Men is a pretty long book. We'll have to strategize. I'm going to find out right now. Hold on. The Moviegoer by Walker Percy. 242 pages. Not bad. Not bad. Oh, this is also, I don't know if we said, but the SSSS is Suck Shit Sufjan Stevens. Yeah, and it's all the cool S's that you used to draw in high school. So why is the cool S not an emoji? When you're picturing it in your head. What did I say? I think the wiki for the S is cool S. I think that's which rules. We had a lot of fun with the cool S. That's also one of my favorite standout lines from Darcy's book. Why is the cool S not an emoji? All the King's Men is 439 pages. It's not too bad. Not too bad. It's not short, but it's not too bad. Robert Penn Warren. Mm-hmm. And then A Confederacy of Dunces. Bob, if you guess the page count for Confederacy of Dunces, I will give you $1. $601. Uh, 601 pages. 394. Wait, so there's two. Oh, Walker Percy did the forward for A Confederacy of Dunces. Do you know that? No, I didn't. But I mean, that makes sense because they're probably Louisiana authors, right? Cool. So The Moviegoer, All the King's Men, and Confederacy of Dunces. Thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing if you do. If not, please subscribe. Check out the Louisiana module. So now the other thing, our cover art changes for each season with a little like logo and a different font. So we need to think of maybe the fleur-de-lis for the Saints. Yeah, maybe. Figure it out. We got time. Yeah. Keep reading.